What's easiest to abuse? Gibraltar's probably easier to abuse than Midtown. You can't actually play Midtown. Gibraltar, you can just pretend to play it.
Select your hero.
Evening, Bob. Another one I got to download. Hey, Deacon. Hey, Amthos. Just gonna play some 6v6, nothing interesting. Isn't it past bedtime? I mean, my bedtime's been slowly creeping back. Hey, Cardi. How's it going? Hello, you man. Yes, I do occasionally play Overwatch. I have been known to occasionally play Overwatch. I'll fill whatever they need. Probably Juno here. They're going double roll. I'm a Phil main. That's my main. No Doomfist, no Bull. We game him. We do have to deal with Sombra though. It's definitely a Juno game. Well, we could go Lucio, to be fair. Lucio's a lot better now. I used to be a Lucio player back in the day. Such a really good Lucio. No, I got stuck on the fucking Jazzy skin. The worst skin in the game. Oh, God. Literally the worst skin. I would undownload this skin if I could. Know any cool rollouts? Sadly not. It's been a long time since I played any. Very short fuse. No, Jazzy is the worst skin in the game. It makes his all his sounds infinitely more annoying. Hey. Got school tomorrow. No, I don't have school tomorrow is the answer. Oh wait, Cardi has school tomorrow. For God's sake, Cardi. Oh, Widow. Again, I guess I'll go off angle. Oh, get in the window. No. The predictions there didn't have to be particularly sharp if they didn't know Widow was coming. Well, that was pretty rough. Let's get back over here. Oh, right man in. Shit. Get Hanzo's attention. I'm good. Just taking Widow's attention is good enough here. Nope. Look down. Just gonna have heal. Red build a little bit. The Xana's dead. No way I save her. No, she's fine. No idea how they got back. Good for a little speed there in order to try and peel back for that. Just gonna chill for a second. Wait for the health back. Oh, right up. I mean, Widow? Yeah, that doesn't mean Widow. Oh, shit, really? Nah. Nah. He's fucking low dump. No, I screwed the Reinhardt. No way. That was pure luck. Go kill him. Signal's gonna die now. Oh, why did you back off? You on full health, Zarya? Yeah, I don't even know how the soldier got back there. Is that active? I probably should go Juno just to have a little bit more control. I'm clearly failing to duel this Widow. Go, 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 get him. Get the widow. Kill the widow. God, this bloody Jazzy skin is the worst, man. So bad. So bad. Yeah, trap him, trap him. Let's go do a funny. I'm worried the average Overwatch player actually likes Circuit. I don't know, man. I've never heard anything good about Circuit. They swap Widow? They swap Widow? Shit. I'm feeding. It's okay. I'm not feeding anymore. Oh! It's the Widow player. They probably just shot that through like 3 different corpses. Okay, that was fair. That was fair. No complaints. No, the Widow player is now on Hanzo. What a surprise. Ooh, I do not like the DPS passive. Ooh. I'm gonna keep this ball going, but he's actively avoiding me. Yep, why press the W button through the wall? You know what you should do it? You should do it when I've got 3 seconds left on my ability, yeah. I'm doing it. It's failed that charge twice now. I just failed my jump. I just got in my head. Ah. Matt, this guy. This guy. This guy, man. We can't let them stop that payload. Is he gonna jump me? Yeah, he is. What, they cap that? Man. Base tour player, throwing tour player. They need to let me on a different role, otherwise I can't control the hand zone. I can't do it on Lucio, I'm not good enough. I used to be good, but I'm not now. My wedding went fine, thank you. I haven't had it yet, but maybe one of these days. Almost got gatted by the unnecessary laser. My first actual good pulsars, and it did nothing because it was horribly timed. I mean, I say it was horribly timed. It's not really horribly timed, but they're doing something with it. What are you dying to? He's dead. Press W. Evening random. Yeah, so we watched 2 episodes of Shrinking and Beth really liked it. Pretty good show by the looks of it. Great character work, honestly. Nice that they got bubble out. They didn't really get out, just had to use the button. Full beam mode. No! Why are they not pressing W? My 12 banana are terrified of enemies. I'm taking the pulse redemption. actually figured you already tried and didn't like it. No, no, no. We're just useless. Honestly, it's so awkward. So I had a disposable keyboard, like a USB keyboard, that I was meant to be using for media for my computer downstairs. And fucking hell, right? Sorry, guys. Sorry, definitely dies there, right? Okay. I'll take the grab. Yeah, I'll take the grab. We lost that anyway. The tank's just so far ahead. I should have known they wanted to go in somehow. Yeah, I'll ring out. You can just go main and play straight. Does that die? It does die, but not faster than my tanks can keep. My tanks have no chill whatsoever. They just like do into the enemy team. The enemy team's like, I'm gonna press Bob and tree, and they're like, I will walk past the Bob and tree and murder the enemy team, and we're like, well, we're dead. No, it's not broken. It's just I think there's no batteries. So we ordered some batteries, some rechargeable AAAs, which would have been the easy thing to go out and get, obviously, but I didn't. That's true. I didn't post a Peggy picture. Do you want one now? Do. There you go, that's a pretty good one. Is this Pugs? No, this is not Pugs. Pugs is 4 till 7 PM BST, Sunday and Wednesday. Look how gorgeous she is. Look how pretty she is. So happy. That was earlier. Pugsing? Pugsing, yes, Pugsing. I really need to get... I shouldn't have locked support. I've kind of screwed myself because I'm now in jail. I shouldn't have ringed out. I need to be really for charge. I'm being kind of shit at this. They use that so they can sustain and get him. See how fast I got. Should have cancelled that earlier. But I need to stay on. Yeah, I need to get around. Some nice deep charge. Good enough. I'll do. Team the Reinhardt, team the Reinhardt. Direct about this. He says Juno's a hard character, man. Wait. Press W. Wait. Pencil your buttons. Could just keep reading that. They get on, we win this automatically. No. You can't stop me. I'm on fire. The most demanding easy character? Yeah, you just need a good read of tempo really, and as long as you get a good read of tempo and do things when you need to, like you just completely dominate. Pulses are pretty easy, I'm gonna be honest. You press the shift button, you press the space bar. Well, I suppose something's happening over there. Can't really do much about it. I mean, good luck, team. Disagree.
My ultimate is charged.
I hate Juno's gun. What, for being easy or hard?
My ultimate is ready.
The gun is forgiving? I think the gun's forgiving, yeah. Having to track is obviously hard for some people, but I think the gun's relatively forgiving. Yeah, the feedback is pretty bad. No, you're right. Sorry, just stepped off for a second there. I wasn't doing my job of being the payload bitch. Hey, I almost did something there. I'm not going to contribute to the fight before they're all dead. Okay, well, you know what? We'll make aggressive. Rain, and then
This ends
hey,
now.
fight captures. Surely you must be joking. Surely not. Surely not. Having headshots helps a lot. So I have no idea why there's not headshots on her. What do you know? There's no headshots on her because it evens out the damage and makes her less threatening in a burst way. So it makes her less lethal. Juno's Kiri's youngest sis? Yeah, Juno, Kiri, Genji, and Hanzo all grew up together, despite them being 30 years apart. She needed a perk. I think SMG weapon needs headshots. Then you should put it on a DPS. Supports don't need the variants. Supports have like a consistent throughput, and it's not very lethal, but that's fine because that's kind of their job. Aqua should just be a full-on waterbender. Genuinely, there's so many cool things they could do in this game, but they just don't. It's kind of really sad to me. Oh, the cosmetics. Aqua is hot. Okay, Bob Rossi. Felt like a nail gun because it looks like one. It doesn't look like a nail gun, doesn't it? How everyone's evening going? Yeah, very good. Me and Beth went out to get food. And then we watched 2 episodes of Shrinking. She's retired because she's up early. Yeah, reload in here. Some lighting cells. Time. A smooth killer. You won't have that. Good stuff. Nice smooth kill on the Ana. Doing like no damage. I need to do more damage as Juno. I need to remember the DPS passive is a terrible addition to the game. That's what I need to remember. And ironically, half of this was enabled just by my big missile beforehand because they backed off into it. Auto aim does too much damage? Or the missiles? I think the missiles are fine. I don't really have a problem with the missiles. Chinese twinks equal good. Oh, it's a... I see you know your chemistry well. 85 for staring someone feels odd. Well, you can LOS it, and also it's a type of character that traditionally like would want to sit in the back line otherwise. So giving them an incentive to do something aggressively is good. I9 finally back from work and can now play this shit game. Yeah. How long are the 66 queues in high rank EU? I think they get pretty long. This is only like low diamond, so this isn't that bad. But I think they get pretty long. I've seen people saying about like it being over 10 minutes sometimes, but I don't know how high that is. I think the thing is there's so many different game modes, and obviously six like finger to the wind. I think it's like 2/5 the amount of player base as with 5v5. Super positive on Juno's release, but as time grew, she was basically like constant presence in my lobbies. Yeah, insanely bland and offensive, but I think she has a place in the game. I think the AoE speed on a healer with that much throughput is problematic in and of itself, right? It's a bursty support in general, just completely bursty. And when you have something really bursty, you can combine it with something else bursty and just break the game, like Anna Juno, or you can just combine it with defense. I like speed ring and torpedoes. They should have just done something more interesting for her gun. No, I think the gun fixed the kit personally. Apparently we're doing Sombra Zarya Ball. I love how Doomfist gets permaban at 6v6, by the way. It's like everyone's fully realised like the exact things that 7HSKW learned in like the first like month of them being active, and Blizzard has failed to learn it. It's so funny. You know what Blizzard will probably do? They'll probably just take like 10 off his health and be like, we fixed it, guys, he's balanced. Honestly, I have very little faith in Blizzard to make any of these changes properly after the post about Tracer. Buff Doom due to his ban rates, yeah. Oh, if we buff him, he'll be banned, right? So it won't be a problem. Oh god, we're fucked. This is unironically a very Zen kind of comp, right? Do you think? Genji Echo Tracer? I mean, D is a bit of a wild card, but Genji Echo Tracer, it's quite a Zen comp, right? I mean, Moira's also random bullshit, but Moira's going to act as a flanker. So if I just play conservative Zen, right? A good game, not Marvel Rivals. I think you're underestimating how good it is to think about this, and if somebody was going to make a game like this, the amount of work that it requires, right? Yeah, dead. Good job, lads. That's the only character that could actually sustain our team to do anything. My purpose is the Discord, honestly. Discord and Harmony is my purpose.
I'm low.
It would help if Moira wasn't permadead, honestly. Crack on hold. This full purge is so fast.
You did.
How did he not die? See, the moment they start breaking, they just snap.
Take the lead from here. Keep pushing.
Man, these minor Pugs are terrible. We should be able to cap house it. That was almost a dinky. Down sight line and okay.
Just push a little more. We're almost there.
Duplicating Genji.
Get me number. Straight back down to keep pushing.
Let's start the push.
By evolving someone across the map is one of the many joys. Yeah, 100%. That's massive. Stay there. Get my harmony on. We're already going for 5 orbs because we're playing very conservative.
Rally near the robot and keep pushing.
You're literally not playing for Discord. This Moira is just Ooh, okay, fair enough. I took the gamble on the Ashe. It was worth it. You see me actually doing more healing than the Moira here. Brig would probably be better, question mark? It's hard to tell. I am amplifying the lethality of our team, but hard to tell whether that's worth what I'm sacrificing in the face. Oh, no. Okay. It's down the echo. See that right there? That was massive. Can't do that without way too late. Ah well. Tempo. Harmony does more, secondary fire charges. One nice draw, fuck it. I've shown myself to him, he's likely to go for me. I'm in danger, I'm in danger. If they see me, I'm dead. Okay. An LOS down there? I need to pull back off that. If they see me, they're full dead. I could go. Rank and die. That was a lot of rank on it. I think. Oh, I'm not dead. I'm not dead. Just yet. I didn't need to gamble. Out this space. My team should have pushed in there and died on cart. Now they're defeated. They should have pushed in with me. I'm playing Zen, I can't back out. They're at 8%. Doom was fun to play in Classic.
Ready to follow.
I mean, Doom was horribly fun to play against in Classic. Both those things was great.
Nice.
I'm gonna take the aggressive angle. Imora is basically cosmetic, but just gonna push up with her. But she's not cosmetic, she's a DPS, but she's not a sharp DPS, so it's no point forcing her to push. She's a soft DPS. That's about as late as I could have done that. Oh god, how did I miss that? Save me! Save me! Save me! Moira! Moira alive? Yeah, Moira's alive. She's just diving. There's a good chance to swap. They swapped a harder and harder dive throughout the match.
Breaking me down just builds me up.
Got that barricade moving.
There's no real good way to get around there. I guess we'll choose left side. Sojourn's gone right. It's probably a mistake to go left if Sojourn's gone right. 2 packs on her. Activate. Back. Jump back out. She's dead. Second favourite support to play beside Lucio? Oh yeah, I love her. Don't know what Moira's up to. We'll wait to back out. Oh no, she's feeding. Don't back her. And a whip shot, that'll save her. I should save her at the very least. Missed the door. And Spire proc was massive. That's literally just echo feeding for no reason. And then people just walking. Moira just like walks into the enemy team and feeds. Look at 3k damage. Alien, like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, sure, she's doing a bit. Not doing nothing, but. What am I struggling with? Struggling with living? I'm not. Oh, okay. Some life leader? Life leader. I need to be really instant. No. Looks like that was enough. We just don't push, we just don't push, probably get it. Fucking idiots. Retards. Oh, bots. Oh, well, we got rally. Literally, we would have won that as well. Now he's feeding. Aggressive. Well, like we've got grip. I mean, they might have thrown the game, but they've got grip. It's gonna jump there. If we lose because this life weaver just threw that by pushing the car, I'd be so mad. He dies. He dies by peeking. Do not peek. Do not peek. What?
Come fast, 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 come. Fuck off.
Hostiles have the lead. Get it back.
Literally just pushes it into the enemy team.
Play of the game.
And then demanded so many resources that I had to rally early. Why didn't you heal Weaver? What, heal Weaver at the front? I put a pack on him. I only have 1 pack left. I have to wait to use it properly. Come fast, come back, come fast. Fuck off, table slam. We tried. No. Oh, what a waste of time. Literally just that Moira player soul. What a thrower. Doing nothing, man. Okay, they got kills with their DPS. I mean, they were just diving with the rest of the line, but honestly, demotion protection was that? It's not demotion protection though, is it? It's not like Rivals demotion protection. It's just visual demotion protection, right? So it's not really the same thing. Isn't Lifeweaver your most played character last season? Yeah, with like 46% win rate. So I'm in the depths where I am.
Vote for a map.
Because Lifeweaver, I'd say, is still a bad hero until you get the Super Bloom. Then you can actually do something with him to climb with, obviously. Endorsement level up? Is that because I insulted the Lifeweaver? So they endorse me? No. What are you doing? No. So what are these people doing? I swear to God. Don't do it. Yes. There you go. Called him a slur, got endorsed. Yeah, I didn't bring out the fun slurs though. I used the non-gamer slurs, so it's fine. give us numbers back. Number goes up, numbers go down. Well, they had to pretend that they did something different than Overwatch 1 to justify the fact that they've removed all the systems. Basically, what happened is they needed to make Overwatch 2 live, but they got caught with their pants down halfway through developing Overwatch 2, the PvE game. So what they did is they scrambled together to get some semblance of systems behind the scenes because they had to basically recreate the game. Most off the same code base, but you know. Oh yeah, sure. Obviously. Oh, shit. Sorry, Tiefling. I tried. ABC always ban Mercy.
Select your hero.
I think the thing is the 500 skill brackets are really bad for the 500 skill brackets are really bad for engagement, like really bad for engagement. If you look into anything behind it, like that is probably the worst, showing people every single like tick up and down. You have to kind of like abstract it, otherwise people feel bad about it. It's really good for the grinders and the people that care about improvement, but the people that don't get turned off by the system. Should have banned Mercy. Should have banned Mercy. Oh my god. Now I have to play Saravasa with Moira Mercy. I'm not playing tank with Moira Mercy. That's like that's not suicide. That's other suicide. Other people's suicide. You know what? Junker Queen. Whatever. Fairly independent. Get a bit of speed. Kiri's better. He's going left. He's going left. I'm going left. 1, 2, 3. Let's go around. How's that not hit? My team! What happened to my team? What happened to my team? Where are they? Why are they there? What are they doing? Oh, I'm standing generally on the right side and shooting, but the enemy's on high ground, so I'll never do anything. Okay. Oh, look. Rodolph's dead. Okay, so I'll just leave this and rejoin again after my 2-minute ban timer. It's probably just faster than trying to grind this game out. Force 50-50 in it. Why? I'm dead now? Okay, I guess I gave a poke. Question mark? God, Christ. Okay, Sigma.
Why seek answers when
Clown car game. Maybe I should have just played straight, but I don't know.
Flashpoint. Ruins.
progressing to the next point?
PvE was the whole point of Overwatch 2 and why they stopped maintaining Overwatch 1? Yeah, obviously. What are you doing? Why are you just standing in the fucking open? What a completely unforced error. Oh, I'm gonna go stand in the open and die. Tracer, shoot him. Shoot him, Tracer. Or wait for them to start doing something. I couldn't react fast enough to that. I'm Boomer. Yeah, it's down. Kiriko ulted too early. They weren't ready on the right hand side. Aged out of comp? Genuinely, yeah. I am a bit tired, so my reactions really aren't all that right now. And grass downpour? Yeah, I also didn't have the reaction time for grass downpour. But if I don't have the reaction time to right click it, I don't have the reaction time to remember that I can grasp it. Technically I should, but I did not. fucking nap on me. Yay, chased her down. They didn't walk into it. Let's try. Yeah, I'll take some down. Soldier. Wait, who's right on the side? I think it's something, but I don't know what. Where's the team? Oh, Anna and Moira are literally all the way back in point. Look at Anna and Moira. Look at them. Look at them. They are literally on point. Who was behind? It wasn't Soldier. Was it Genji that got behind us?
The objective is being lost.
Like we were a moment. Yeah, I mean it was only a one match Lux. I mean, it wasn't crazy value to lose, right?
Lost. Flashpoint.
They okay. Yeah, they're okay. I was dead the moment I saw them. But I may as well gamble on the kill. Yes, there's nothing to be done here. I mean, I think just auto losers because they're all stupid.
Alla safe to Aiden.
I mean, we stabilized 1 point.
Flashpoint unlocks in 10
Skin makes him look grumpy. I always like the skin most. I think it goes with the golden balls. I like yellow and gold. Yellow, gold, and black is a nice color scheme. The bean color scheme. Okay, I mean, fuck you. How is this a bit more volatile than my gold games? Yeah, it is more volatile than your gold games. Why would I take fucking levitate as a major perk, man? What a terrible idea. Are they all going under? How is this happening? Or weird rollout. Okay, I guess I'll oh no, they're right. Fighting this way by the looks of it. Oh no, no they're not. Arrest is gonna die to that. Guarantees it. Arissa actually threw there because I would have kept getting back. Why didn't they keep the ult running? I had the soldier, then I would have cut it back. They just AFK for a bit. I mean, Arissa was way overextended, just burned all our resources really early. Help me. I tried a very simple rotation. My bad for attempting to do something. Should have remembered that this entire game mode is to do with waiting. Hit me still? Yeah, it was a lost game for Stable. I mean, it is what it is. Didn't win a single fight that game. Like, we won, like, 2 fights, maybe. 2 fights? 1 fight. 1 fight, yeah, because Moira and Anna went back to point to AFK. Sigma shooting above shield is a lost start. Why doesn't anyone do it anymore? Because it doesn't do enough damage to be worth it. Didn't they reduce his radial damage at some point? What's Biff doing? She's doing this this weird thing called sleeping. I don't know if you've heard of it. Hey Spot, how you doing? forward for you to matchmake better. I am not looking back at that map. That would be too depressing. And yeah, there's things I could have done better, but mainly reactions. I could have waited a little longer, a couple of the engagements. Junker Queen, I should have gone main, let's be honest, but I assumed they'd follow me and not bot out on main. If one other person followed me, that would have been a great play. It turns out it wasn't a great play. Oh my god, we're going 50-50-50. I think I like that more than Hollywood.
Select your hero.
Set the damage off the direct order hits and then put it into explosions. Yeah, no, they did increase his explosions, yeah? I think it's 33, 33, 33. Well, let me put my... we are actually... Realth numbers are, you have said, are 3.33, recurring, of course, % off. Yeah, I'm surprised people actually voted for Peninsula, right? Maybe we should be a ram. Repeating, of course. Why is this nerd voice German? You're gonna tell me Didac's not a nerd? Right now, you're gonna look me in the eyes and tell me Didac's not a nerd. I'll call him a nerd to his face. You nerd. Ramfar like me though, what about? What's up with the Zarya hate, by the way? I get the Doomfist, I get the Pharah, I get the Sombra. What about Zarya? What's Zarya bad for at the moment? Is it just her Pugs are too strong? 5v5 trauma? That's true, 5v5 trauma is part of it. Bubbles the Doomfist? Yeah, of course. Raid boss? Is it just that she's strong in general? She plays at Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournaments if he wasn't making Pugs, I shove him in a locker. It's always good to play Brawl with no speed. A tank with a one-man target speed boost would be really good as a pocket. Oh, I should have formed it instead of the pocket. The Ryan could have done something about that. I'm sorry, he really could have done something about that. I didn't realize I was playing against Degeneracy. What hero can we rework to give it invisible woman pull? I think that would require a new hero. I don't think anything works with it.
Take the point first.
I think that's Blizzard's job. I mean, it'd be nice for Blizzard to copy some of Rival's work. What? How am I dying to that? We've got 2 support behind me, right? What happened to Anna? How did Anna die? Is Anna on the left? Maybe I'm just tired, I'm not concentrating. Well, we banned the counter to Roadhog, so I guess we just chill. Because bans exist in the game. We don't need to fix Zarya to make them non-annoying. We'll just ban the counters that Roadhog's suppressive.
New deal, please.
Roadhog ult is so annoying. It really needs to be interrupted by them. That was a mistake. Ready? No. Press buttons. Damage or shield? What are we playing? Are we playing bursty or are we playing non-bursty? I feel like we're playing mostly thirsty at this point. We've got no speed, so I'll just do damage. I tap down. Come on, bug it. The fucking entire enemy team just teleport out from it. They're playing fucking Moira carry. Tight. Second, let's run this one. I didn't put on armor before refreshing. I should have refreshed it. My bad. I thought I'd be okay, but apparently we're too bugged. Should have ulted twice. I should have done the form and then ulted. I don't think it was a bad ult. It was just like a quarter of a second too late. Didn't hold M2. I actually forget, like genuinely, I just forget to block. I don't block in this character. I know it's the best move. I don't do it. What are you doing? You weirdo. What are you doing? Weird echo. Okay, you okay? I'm full man. I don't get that.
I'm low.
Do that so we can keep pressing. Ram it this ram that. That was about it. Okay. You can kill me if you want. Nice. Ram Sig, Ram Arissa's insanely broken 6v6. Due to the same reason why old double shield was so AIDS. With mass AoE sustain paired with massive poke and survivability cooldowns. Yeah, I think that's true. I think Ramsig more so. I think the thing is that what they did great is they repeatedly increased the efficacy of the cooldowns while increasing the length of them. So essentially shield should probably be about 500 health and last 2/3 of the time and be on 2/3 of the cooldown. And form should be about let's say well, it should be about half the length and half the cooldown, and then it would be interesting. It's just so hard to justify not using Vengeful Vortex, man. It's so hard to justify it. The other one's interesting, but like no, Robo's doing weird shit. Leave me alone, leave me alone. Okay, get your bitch ass back there, Moira. Cooldown's low and weaker means more use and potentially more human error. Oh yeah, 100%. At the higher level there'll be less human error, but it genuinely does change what's good to do with them. The trouble is the cooldowns are just too strong and are coming up too little, so people are saving them to heal basically. Gotta wait for the life stuff down and then they'll do it. Okay, you know what, I'll take this. That is a crazy meat grinder. What are you doing up there? What are you doing up there? Yes, yourself, doesn't it? Oh, that's like.
Hog one.
You grind up. Step into my parlor so I can spy the butterfly. Hey Maxie, how you doing? Lope is just being quiet, but I'll just put it closer to me. You'll probably get a little bit more bassiness just closer to me. I can't guarantee I won't get excited and blast your eardrums though. I misjudged. Man, these are so swingy. Last game and this game, just completely swingy. I mean, part of it is the fact that I'm just cleaving them through a small hole. Which is why I like 66 to begin with. There was an attempt there.
That was a point.
3 seconds. Am I dead? I'm dead. Am I dead? Yeah, I'm dead. No, I'm not dead. Oh well. I felt the melee, the Reaper. Nice. I saw Avril's meltdown rage for you, so I understand why he doesn't like you. I genuinely think he just saw, I think he saw 5 seconds of stream and then made a decision based on that. Yeah, it was a weird amount of hatred, right? I don't know. I think it's just, I don't know. I always think of it as a small dick guy energy, right? When you're like, you're not respecting me properly. I just called your ideas stupid. Like, it's not the end of the world, dude. Calm down. Might just be catching him at a bad time like 15 times. Maybe, yeah, maybe. I mean, he seemed pretty chill on that stream, though. I watched it like 10 minutes beforehand. He seemed pretty chill. He was chill up until, yeah, and he was, what was he doing? Maybe when he came into stream, he wasn't chill, but he was chill when he was talking about me beforehand. He was just watching some Adobe CS. We need some more Overwatch podcasts, and SEB is inconsistent, and Fritos fell off a cliff. Yeah, you said I've moved it closer to me. I think if I turn my mic up, I'm just gonna peek it all the time. You know what? You can have that. Is that okay? You happy? Let's start a podcast with Didact. I do have a podcast with Didact. It's called the Developer Notes for the Pugs. Turn it back? No, we're being loud now. I like ASMR, Ralph. It is kind of cozy, isn't it? It's kind of cozy. I think the podcasts are terrible when people are too careful to disagree with each other. Yeah, I really... the trouble is, like, people are very careful with their opinions as well. It's not just disagreeing with each other, it's disagreeing the party line from Blizzard. And, like, I know all the shield stuff. Like, we know disagreeing the party line from Blizzard about certain things is bad. Like, the reason why people weren't talking about 6v6 and Positive Light was quite obviously because Blizzard didn't want to talk about 6v6, not anything else. I mean... They literally banned it as a topic of discussion a couple of times. And it's like, it's one of those where you're like, it is and it isn't, right? It is and it isn't. Everyone talks as they want to, but I mean, you see Spilo coyly smiling in the corner, don't you, when they're saying stupid things and not calling them out on it. And I know you don't want to ruin your professional relationships, but I mean, I'll be honest, if what I said in response to Avril has ruined our professional relationship, I don't think he was a professional in the first place, right? I'd like, yeah, I'm I think Spylo's talking freely now. I think Spylo's been given carte blanche by the devs to basically feel comfortable talking freely. I think he's at a point in his career, maybe, where he feels like the devs are okay with him saying anything, and he's happy to say anything. The cooldown stuff, calling them outright wrong for raising the cooldown for 6v6, that was brave of him, because that is a executive decision from higher ups on the design team, right? Like, that is a big call to call out as being stupid, and nobody's really said it before that often. And obviously, I think it was said when it happened, but he didn't really care about the mode, so it was like a bit neither here nor there, right? Can't really broach many subjects. 6v6 is taboo. Yeah. Part of the lack of disagreements in podcasts is trying their best to not to accidentally weaponize their followings against each other. Oh yeah, of course. Of course. I mean, but then there was the we're not agreeing, we are agreeing between Frito and Samito that one time, where, I'll be honest, Frito was an absolute cock to Sam, and Sam took it because Sam has to defend his reputation because he's seen as the aggro guy, right? Spylo can be very base sometimes because it's rare that it drops it. It makes it even better. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. See, the thing is, with me and Sam, me and Spylo, I think we both agree there's trade-offs for the two game modes, and I think he respects the reasons why I like 6v6 and why I think it's a better game, and I think he's not too bothered, is the answer. He's convinced by the arguments, he's just not convinced that they matter to him, right? And that they matter to other people. I think 6v6 is significantly better for the general community, and I think there's really easy changes to make it even better, but yeah. Sam's community is kind of ass. Yeah, it's got a lot worse recently. It was always bad, don't get me wrong, but it's got a lot worse recently.
5, 4, 3,
Let's do the little stab, man. Yeah, fuck you, trying to stand somewhere interesting. Yeah, screw you, little bitch. Craziest take is 6v6 is more complex and better team game, but he doesn't think that it's good for it. Yeah, I think the thing is the idea that it's more complex and team based. I kind of get that though, because shut up, light going past. The argument is that sure it's more complex and team based, but like I only care about the casual player, right? That's the argument. Oh, fuck off, really get out of that. I've got to chill. Yeah, I'm just dead, whatever. It's what it is. My team's abandoned me. They've all died to poke, so I may as well die on camp. I give the devs a lot of shit, but actually going back to see how bad things used to be really opened my eyes. Greed, have you watched my my debate with Spylo? I mentioned you in it. You were mentioned. I didn't mention you in a good light, sorry. It's my bad. I should have been more kind to you. I was like, this fucking stupid idiot. It's interesting that my entire team just stood there and watched me die. No, not a single button was pressed. I was like, oh yeah, we'll get an aid in the background. Like, we'll get like Discord something, a couple of left clicks, but no. Was the one you did recently? Yes, one I did recently. I haven't uploaded it anywhere, obviously. It's only on stream at the moment. But we'll do something fun with it. Get out twice. How do you die to that? Are you standing in the middle of it? What are you doing? I may as well keep walking. I'm dead. Is it bad that I expect a diss track? Yeah, go for it. I've also responded to your video, the one that I said I was going to respond to. I did that on Friday, I think. Yeah, you're insane and wrong. But it's okay to be insane and wrong. As long as you're cute while you're doing it, it's okay. I guess I'll go roll out high. No. How does he get knocked off? Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I can aggress on this. 1, 2, up. Oh. Throw him car, throw him car. I'll be uploading the Greed React on VODs channel tomorrow. Cool. I'll continue to do bad editing. I also have a VODs channel for stream keepsakes that Bob's put together. Does it hit Winston bubble twice? I don't believe so, no. That's me. That was me sitting on the fence there. No, it doesn't. It was the explicit answer. That's cute. Come on, no way I die here. No way. No, red zone, come back. Guess I'll go get the cart because nobody else is just formed to get there faster. Ah, here. Oh, for fuck's sake. What are you doing? Literally AFK and you just fucking died to him. The enemy's sir, the enemy's standing on me. Ah, it's okay, I'll just feed. Man, that rush is so boring. How does mine? Where are? What did they go and do? Where are they? What happened? Where did you go? What happened? What debate is this? Oh, I talked to Spilo on Thursday night. It's on Spilo's stream and my stream. If you go look at older streams, me and Spilo had a conversation. That's carrying on from the one we did like a week and a half ago, which was starting on hero bands. And me saying, yeah, I don't like hero bands. But we continued it on Thursday, and we talked about season 9, hero bands, loads of other cute stuff. Stuff we can get together. Suzu was a mistake. Am I gonna die here? What's happening? Why can my team not walk forward? Somebody help! I don't know where my team was. Reaper just keeps him back and he feels like... I said I've removed my shirt and you felt threatened. Yeah, that's probably true. I just could do that. You win that fight with the Pugs? Man. Yeah, I could make the video game worse. I'm glad Blizzard put a lot of dev time into making their game worse. Walk in! Go! Where are you going? just waiting for the engagement, guys. Okay, kill tree? No, we're not thinking out of kill tree, are we? Where'd they go? Why are they in fucking spawn? They literally walked back to spawn because a Reaper went behind us. That's what happened, isn't it? I engaged and the Reaper was like, flomp, and they were like, permaban for WTF plus normal Blizzard game for life. Genuinely, you I'm never gonna get permaban. Nobody will ever ban me. Nobody reports me. Dude, I'm waiting for you to go in. We can't have 6 people healing for a pleb Reaper. Blamed a Mercy main yesterday, still no mute. Oh, that's rough. That's playing with fire there. Does care more about making something new and exciting in the game than making the game more strategically better. I've said before, like, it's absolutely fine to jingle keys. Like, it's fine to do something that's generically bad for the game in order to get more player attention. That's absolutely fine. Don't worry about it. The trouble is, I don't think Pugs actually gave them much retention. You look at the numbers, it's not great. Genuinely done nothing but stare at Realth and chat for an hour. Love you, Megalon.
5, 4, 3,
I've been warned for saying tanks are so bad and he sucks. Rightly so.
is incoming. Stop the pain.
Okay. No. Nope. Winston's gone main. Everyone on the ground. Everyone on the ground. Oh, he dies. He dies, right? No way he gets out. Not in a million years do we get out. He's stasis. JQ's decided to go in. It's a good thing that Winston didn't know he could just sit on me and kill me. My team sure wasn't coming back. Oh, he's up high ground. Eat. Yeah, eat. I shouldn't have put that. That was a big mistake. Are they off Winston? Yeah, they're off Winston. Cool. No, they're not off Winston. Where's Winston? How did he get there? No, I'll just break positions with you. I ain't doing that if I miss my whip. I think you can shield back this, right? Yeah, you can. I just can't. Oh, we actually lose the entire point. What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh yeah, GGWP is a hack.
I'm on fire.
Awkward beat him to it? What's happening? What's happening with the awkward? Are we making more KKK jokes? Can't do that without me. Yeah, fuck you. How are you done? Why did you keep pressing Q? For what possible reason did you do that? Okay, at least Winston's feeding. I mean, it's giving us like, what, 20% ult charge. Oh, Coach gave me for hope. I was so tempted when I went on with Spilo to say Spilo has very kindly offered, and I'm announcing it today, to donate 400 hours of free coaching to Gaming for Home. It would have been such a good troll, man. It would have been so good. How are you dying to this? How are you dying to this? How did nobody react? Where did he turn up? Did he TP up? I didn't hear him at all. Is that my ears? Was that did you guys hear it? Rogue coaching Gaming for Hope would be interesting. He's so respectful. What, Gaming for Hope? Or me? What are you doing? It's all about the cleave. I got it, guys. I got it, lads. It's easy. I got the cleave. That was like 30% ult charge. Yeah, just completely unwinnable. Not on tank. You need something sharp in order to be able to do anything there. Maybe I should just swap to DPS and said fuck him. I mean, he's a stupid hazard, so why am I playing tank with him? Seems Wolf is very good at explaining Overwatch in a digestible way. Too bad he's an awful person. Oh, it's hard to tell whether he's an awful person or if he's just playing a part. I mean, you can always say, like, playing the part makes you an awful person in the first place, right? You can always say that. No, it's not. It's not a shame. Be right back. Oh, the queues are so long I could have even washed my hands if I wanted to. It's just more efficient not to, right? What's happening? Scrolling up. Similar ranked experience to me when people do things seemingly at random. It's just like a slow diamond, isn't it? The video of him walking down the street acting cool was so dumb I even showed my family. What the original awkward one that I put on YouTube. First video on my my second channel, right? Realth is a berry blueberry low and I'm an apple low. The fuck are you talking about? Even outside of the incel shit, he's a Zionist? What's his take on Israel? Do you know, or do you just know the general gist? Any persona will slowly start to have some truth to it. Oh, no, that is true. Yeah, no, you're right about that. Playing an incel persona to Panda, yeah, it still makes you a bad person. Yeah.
Select your
I'm executing you. He's pro-Israel. Okay. I mean, I've talked about Israel before, right? I think Israel is one that you can't really talk about properly without angering somebody.
select heroes to battle.
It's pretty obviously clear that by the definition they are committing a genocide and they're committing war crimes daily. I mean that's pretty obvious. I don't think. I think people quibble about the definition of genocide, but if you just Google it, moving a people out of an area does count. I also think that, yeah, it's a really tough situation because I can't see a single way. If you theoretically were a perfectly good person, you wanted to destroy Hamas inside the neighboring country, there's just not a way to do it, right? Like, the situation is, you either live next door to a insurgent terrorist group or, right? That's basically the situation they're in. And obviously, the point is that Israel's not just doing it because they're living next to an insurgent terrorist group. They're doing it to annex land and other things like that, right? But talking purely on the, I can kind of see people's point of view if you talk purely on the, we have been attacked, we never want to be attacked again, therefore we're going to do whatever the fuck we want. Right, like I get anyone that's lived in Israel, I kind of get that as a point of view from them. Not that it's justifiable, but I kind of understand where they're coming from. Any other thoughts about Israel? I think I talked pretty openly about my political views here. I feel like I'm very empathetic as a person. I can kind of get where people are coming from, even if their position's not all the way thought out or other things. I think the question is, what would Israel do if it was given a satellite cannon that knew exactly where all the people they wanted to kill was and could instantly kill them, right? What would they do? Would they pretend the satellite cannon didn't work properly and, oh no, we hit some civilians and we may as well take this land. Oh, we had to burn down that building in order to be able to get into this area, right? I think from the other side, it's pretty obvious that Hamas would just target every civilian in Israel, right? So morally in that sense, not practically, they're more in the wrong. Nope. I missed Hamza. Can you get where Avril is coming from with tank takes? Yeah, I don't think he values the same thing as I do. I don't understand him, I think is the point, right? And it's why I don't really try and say he's wrong, because I don't really understand him. I just think Junkrat's a very obnoxious character, don't you? Like, when a Junkrat, like, conks up at me, I don't think, oh, I'm enjoying my video game right now. It's the same, Junkrat's the same problem as Genji. Just hit him? Yeah, I could, but I'm an old person. IDF soldiers commit war crimes for fun? I don't think that's a good litmus test. I think all soldiers commit war crimes for fun. I think there's no war you can point to where soldiers aren't committing war crimes. As to the hatred of the enemy, I think that's obviously. We have to talk about quantities, and talking about quantities isn't something anyone wants to do. Israel enables them? I don't know enough about policy within Israel military agency. Lots of soldiers join the army to murder? Yeah, I mean, it's the same policemen, right? I really should not be playing Ashley right now. Oh, I choked. I choked. I helped. I was here. I was here while you killed them all. So this game is probably not a good one to be able to engage with chat about my opinions about Israel versus Gaza. So I think I'll stop discussing it because I can't read you enough in order to be able to keep up with what you're saying. You're probably making some very good points. I'm not saying I thought it out all the way either. What are you doing? Ah, the Mercy knows my weakness, which is aiming. Help, help, help. Iliari, help. Iliari? Why is Iliari running off into Narnia? Guess I'll just live for a bit. Maybe do a couple of shots across the Chill Vibes Israel podcast with Overwatch 266 Gatsby gameplay in the background. Well, that's a thing I'm going for. Genuinely, I don't have strong opinions on it. So if I'm wrong, yeah, open to being wrong, obviously. The only thing I'm saying is I understand I understand how people get there, if you get what I mean. Not that it's justifiable to get there. Oh, and did you see the massive own goal at Glastonbury, by the way? The massive complete own goal that's going to just incite an entire new generation of people to support Israel in this conflict. What was it? There was a chant at Glastonbury that's been publicized quite a lot of places. One of the people on stage was doing it. I can't remember what it was. But I just saw that and I thought, what an absolute own goal, right? Complete error. Like, you just justified so many idiots. Anyone know what it was? Or do I need to get it on the stream after? I have very strong opinions, which is why I avoided joining conversation. I understand people wanting to be objective and all, but we're well past the point where it barks as a dog. Yeah, sure. I understand this is possibly the most, I don't know. The quacks like a genocide? Yeah. I mean, they have the means, right? It's one that I don't think you're able to have consistently. I hope I've given my opinions in a reasonable way, and I haven't angered anyone. Because I wouldn't cop doing the most informed person. In fact, I'm the person that talks about Overwatch on the internet. All of my ideas you probably shouldn't take seriously. Apart from the ones about Overwatch, obviously. Take my Overwatch ideas. Well, I thought they were actually peaking at that point. I thought I'd take the pressure off them. Apparently I didn't. They were AFKs. Impossible for me to understand people's lack of empathy. The very simple concept of you could have been born there. Then what? I feel like you have a failed understanding of just how dumb the average person is, but okay. You don't understand it? I understand it entirely. Yeah. My country's been attacked. There's no way to deal with this apart from to go into a neighboring country and root out all the people that may have been associated with committing that attack. You don't really need to connect any more lines. Everything is justified based on that for some people's point of view. Everything and anything. Yeah, fuck you. Nope, where are they? Oh, there they are. Oh, yes, I'll have to recall. Sorry, I screwed up my movement. I bombed that children's hospital in self-defense. I think it's pretty... I think that's disingenuous. I think it's pretty commonly known that Hamas does hide weapons in children's hospitals. So, what is justifiable in war if the neighbouring country is committing a war crime in that way? I mean, are you okay to commit a war crime in answer? I think the answer is... I mean, any more country wouldn't, but I can understand how people get that, right? Commonly known according to... I think it's... I think if you do a bit of research, it's very commonly known that children's hospitals are being used very frequently. Not children's hospitals, but hospitals in general. I didn't think that was even contested, right? I didn't even think I needed to justify it because I thought they were pretty well known. And that doesn't mean that they have exclusively bombed children's hospitals when there were weapons in it or anything like that. Do Brits feel pride in Tracer being an Overwatch GOAT character forever? No, because the English country is 1,000 different countries in one. We all hate each other. Yeah, fuck you. Love it. I forgot about my recall, but I had the edge on me. Is having weapons justify bombing a citizen? Well, I think the question is, if somebody in Israel wanted to permanently stop themselves being attacked by anyone in future, I think they say, I think they say, you know what, it would be reasonable to give a couple of days warning that we're going to bomb this place and then bomb it, right? Does a much larger military force with exponentially more weapons need to bomb children? I think you underestimate how effective guerrilla tactics could be. I think practically, if somebody wants to do guerrilla tactics and hide amongst the population, you can do that in a way that it is impossible to unread you without decimating the population. So yeah, that's basically why I am. And that doesn't justify anything they're doing. I don't think it's justified in any way. But I get how people get that. If your only objective is to completely wipe out Hamas. Yeah, you're entirely right, Zenzo. Yeah, you're entirely right. Hey, so let's stop talking about this because I can't keep up with chat. You baited me back into it because it's an interesting topic.
Listen to him. Humans are a blight and a weakness. They must not hinder us.
Let Palestinians have citizenship in Israel and then let them come back to their homes from where they were chased from? Well, I think it's pretty obvious why that doesn't happen. And with that permanently stop attacks, I don't think you can argue that that permanently stop attacks. I mean, realistically, any force is gonna, I mean, like every single person in Palestine currently justifiably wants to has bad feelings about the Israeli citizenship, right? But yeah, I don't think you can say that. Just invite him back in. It'll be fine, right? I think that's a reason to take. You could have said like years ago, obviously, but then the question is by now degrees. From the river to the sea. Which river, Tiefling? See, that's an... Yeah, but it's an interesting slight own goal there. I think people talking about it commit own goals all the time for no reason. From the river to the sea is very easily interpreted as the opposite, right? Genocide in the other direction. And it's pretty obvious that people don't mean it many times. But realistically, that's an incredibly easy interpretation that you don't need to give people. This off. Ah, I'm bad. I do enjoy listening to political discussions. Yeah, I try and be quite even-handed. Like, I've been pretty open about my views. I think Israel has the resources to seize stolen land. Yeah, but from the point of view, okay, so you take the point of view of somebody, this will never happen again, right? Full stop. If you want to take that point of view, there's no way to seize stolen. Well, there's obviously ways to seize stolen land. But I talked about the citizenship thingy, right? What, that guy? What the fuck? I think he might know what he's doing is wrong, guys. He's putting an eye there. Piss off, Doomfist. Like, actually piss off. I'm just trying to kill your Zen. Just leave me alone.
Meteor strike.
Over there. Come over here,
Ah, missed it. Now he's focusing on me. Go on, come get me instead. Yeah, come get me. Come on, I'm here to receive your waiting face, Juno. Where's the Juno? Come on, Juno. I'm here for you. Where are you? Where did Juno go? Oh my god. I was waiting for them. They're just on high. Yeah, I'll report that guy after. I'm not interrupting my excellent Overwatch gameplay. That is a bit sad. Who are we reporting? Somebody censors the M word in chat. Guy called Hamza on the other team. Heated gaming moment. Yeah, he said sit and then said it. That's a bit. Last match. Wait, can I get last match if they left? Oh, I can just get it from chat, right? It means I have to subject my stream to this smut. No, I'm not filling it out. Filling it out doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't want to scroll back up to it needlessly if I didn't have to. Just look at the West Bank, even as space they're living together. Where they're living together, sorry. Complete segregation in terms of living classes. Yeah, 100%. The conquest is to claim land to begin with and eliminate anyone within it. Not only is it unlikely they'd let go of it, even if some impossible universe they did, they still impose their law. Oh yeah, 100%. And the ruse is that the tolerant belief is amongst the people doing it is that we just don't want this to happen again. We don't want to ever be attacked by terrorist operation again, ever. And so we're going to do anything we need to in order to do that. But realistically, I think everyone knows the answer is a mix between that and I want to fucking kill them all, right? All of them, right? So it's the obvious mix. But I understand how people get to the moderate position, obviously. What was it? The protest at there's some massive own goal. What I say exactly? Where was it? Glastonbury. Hit the news. There you go. News. This was, and again, this is such a completely unforced own goal for no reason.
Collided with politics in performances that sparked national debate.
We're now a political stream, guys.
On Saturday, London-based English pop duo Bob Dylan performed at Glastonbury, leading crowds in chants of death to the Israeli military. Shortly after, Irish hip-hop trio Kneecap took the stage before a crowd of 30,000, many waving Palestinian flags, and delivered a set that was part concert, part political statement.
Oh, this
Wearing
one
a
as well.
keffiyeh, Mo Chara used the spotlight to condemn Israel's war on Gaza.
Where was the actual chant?
The BBC had decided not to live stream the Northern Irish band Kneecap, but no such preemptive action against the punk duo who preceded them on Glastonbury's Westholt stage.
Free, free! Free, free!
Bob Dylan went on to lead the crowd, or parts of it, in a chant of death, death to the IDF, Israel's army.
Well, I thought it was appalling, to be honest.
Oh, they won't show it because it's news channels. I'm gonna guess. Do you know Irish shake hands too high? Yeah, it was a chant of death, death to the IDF, and it's literally one of those where like it's just gonna radicalize an entire generation into not giving a shit about Gaza. Like genuinely, an entire generation has just been turned there, just because this one fucking idiot started a chant, and it's like, oh my god, what are you doing, guys? You know, like any young conservative person in England just absolutely done with this bullshit, right? That's how they're gonna phrase it. Done with this bullshit. So cooked in the brain. Yeah, it's like nobody can. Well, it's just the social media mobbing, isn't it? For the most part, you can't have any real view on anything, and the people with the crazy views or the people that have the weirdest messaging are the people that kind of like get there. You think any conservative would have cared about Gaza to begin with, though? Yeah, it's an interesting conversation, Tiefling. Did you read that the Overwatch TMZ thing responding to Spilo, where they were they basically said, you know, Spilo with B4 or H or whatever the fuck he is, where he said he basically said like don't harass him, and the take was yeah K4H, I don't even know his name, I don't really remember. Like literally goes from my head immediately. Anyway, he was saying how he like messaged him and had a conversation with him, and how he thinks he's actually changed some of his views. And the thread was basically saying you can't expect people to reach across the aisle when they're being targeted, and you can't condescendingly ask people to always be kind to people when they hate them. And 100% agreed entirely. But however, it's still a good thing that he did it, and he wasn't asking anyone else to do it, right? Like, I think that reaching across the aisle is like the only thing that really matters for the most part. You can always rally for your side, but like I think the edge in the cultural debate is always done through reaching across the aisle. That's where the interesting part happens in my mind. So, like, do you think any conservative would have cared about Gaza to begin with? Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. I think about like at least like 30% are easily swayed either way. I think like 70% of conservatives just probably don't give that many shits. I'll be honest. They probably don't care. It's a different country in a different place. They probably don't care that much. They're probably generally, quite a few of them are probably generally well, just anti-terrorist, and therefore, you know what? Do whatever the fuck you want. You're defending your country, defend it. That's probably how they see it, and they don't want to know about anything else. But yeah. It's always one side that has to be the one to reach across the aisle to people who hate them. Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. I think it's a messaging problem for the most part. I think the left in general has got their social media messaging and their general messaging wrong really badly over the last 10, 15 years. And I see the young generation growing up, and I don't think they are. I think they're very divided to a point where it's just ludicrous. Especially in circles when Islamophobia is rampant, they're going to look at it as these people are at it again. Yeah, 100%. But they're like, yeah, but then again, you say that like every single conservative, well, the majority of conservatives that are going to know at least one Islamic person, right? And they will be swayable. Genuinely, every single conservative, bar basically none, is already at the point where they're not all bad is a common sentiment, right? Getting from they're not all bad to, man, most of them are pretty all right, to like, man, they're just people. That's not that much of a leap. And you can do it by reaching across the aisle. Obviously, I'm not going to condescendingly hector people and tell people to do it, but I think it's a generically good thing when you're able to do it. Yeah. Normal conversations don't get clicked, so it doesn't get promoted by algorithms. I think, yeah, of course. I think it takes a very, very carefully curated platform with people that are good at doing those conversations to get them any traction whatsoever for the most part. Yeah. Are we okay to re-queue? Do you want to talk about anything else? But it was very disheartening to see that post about Spilo talking to him and saying like, Spilo genuinely, like in that video, he thinks he's improved this guy, right? He thinks this guy's probably become a better person because of it. I could be wrong about that. He's probably not, though. I'll be honest. Small conversations are kind of like how the world turns. The trouble is, Tiefling, what's happened in the modern age is the small conversations mostly happen on social media. They mostly happen the right wing conversation. I'm going to be honest. The left wing's lost most of the spaces where they happen. They happen in sports. They happen at the pub. They happen in private for the most part. Talk about what you liked about shrinking. End of first episode was, yeah, brought to Maya. Very, very good. Very good. Love the character work between the dad and the daughter. That's really good. Although the daughter does look like 25, 30-ish to my eyes. So it brings a little bit, brings it down a little bit. Aside from that, there was a lot of Americanisms there, a lot of talking about race, which is a bit eye-rolly for someone living in the UK, because it's one of those where, like, it's a conversation that never happened over here, and you're like, oh, okay, America's doing this again. Mostly fine on the issue, but I know people like him. It's much more probably that he just does not improve as a person. He just took it as a lesson to which messages he can't share publicly if he wants to maintain a platform in a vaguely liberal space. Oh yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, he took it as a lesson to which messages he can't share publicly. But you don't. The thing is, by me, it's very hard, because the fact that you can't maintain a platform in a vaguely liberal space with not the obviously the KKK bits, but the generic conservative views of I like Donald Trump, haha, MAGA, I'm gonna post like Trump being shot kind of things. The fact that you can't post that and maintain a platform, I'm gonna say very clearly, is seen as oppression. It is seen as the Overton window has shifted to such a degree that you can't have these in common parlance. I think Hollywood's done a bit of a disservice to it. But the fact that you can't put that on social media and exist in these spaces, especially these very public spaces, these cultural spaces, can't support Hitler openly, I'm being oppressed. Yes, 100%. No, obviously by degrees, like, can't support Trump openly. Unless you're willing to be a conservative publicly and state yourself and brand yourself as conservative, you can't have your conservative views raised while you're doing Overwatch for the most part. Just imagine if Spyro came out as generically supporting Trump, right? It would be not good. It would be a bit of a fucking fiasco. And people do see that as not necessarily oppression, but they see it as hectoring. And that's why I think the left has lost so much support, especially with young youths that are basically anti-hectoring. And I don't think there's a way around that. You're going to get lumped with the most extreme stereotype because they're always the loudest. Yeah, I don't think he's a good example, obviously, of, like, he's literally posting KKK stuff. I think it's one of those situations where it's completely unavoidable, but I think the right is doing better in this at the moment. I think that led to grifters like Andrew Tate to rise up so fast. Yes, because you can only say these things in the already confirmed conservative circles, right? And Andrew Tate is a safe space in which you can say these things, right? I don't think we should let fascists host fascist message on the platforms. Well, it's not... Yeah, of course that. No, 100% of course that. But then you take a step back and you say, like, if somebody wants to post a MAGA hat who's a Overwatch player, like, if one of the Overwatch League kids started posting MAGA stuff, like, even if it was just found out they went to a rally, I think that'd probably be pretty bad for them. And that is considered by the youth to be, yeah, pretty bad. Why don't they want us to talk about it? And that's how they get them. That's how they get them into the very specialized spaces. And that's why I watched quite a bit of Asmongold, because he is one of those specialized spaces where it's okay to say things like this. He's one of those safe places for them. If someone wants to signal they support the removal of my rights, I think they should be subject to the backlash that comes from it. Yeah, agreed entirely. I'm not saying they shouldn't. I'm just saying this is a problem that the right doesn't have, and that's why they win in some situations. That's why Andrew Tate self fulfills, right? Like, that's why grifting works so well on the right, because there's very little interesting non-grifters on the right side that talk politically. And you can say like that's because quite a few of the rights views are just like badly thought out or close to Nazism, etc. But it doesn't mean you're gonna win because of it, right? Like that's the sad part. Let's put some music on while the queue takes ages. 2 minutes, only 1:30. Oh, straight away queued. I hope you guys appreciate my my political takes at this point, because I feel like obviously I feel a bit Fen City in some ways, but like I'd rather, these are such complicated issues that I'd rather like see why things are happening rather than say what, like, because the simple answer is on your side with pretty much all issues, right? That's a simple answer. Just things like the death to the IDF chant, man. It's one of those, like, you just fucked up massively, right? Like, massively fucked up. It's exactly the same as the KKK chants on the right. Massively fucks up in terms of getting people over to, like, on the moderate left over to your side. But I think the right has a much easier job of pretending that those people either don't exist or aren't a part of it than the left has with the death to the IDF people. I think it's very much seen as a centre-left position, the death to the IDF chant. Happy we have spaces where we can have these conversations and express opinions without someone spinning it in an extreme way. It's important for any real dialogue. Oh, I'm 100% sure that there's at least 10 people in chat that don't want to say anything because they don't think it will go down well and don't want the argument, right? 100% sure. There's people that feel uncomfortable. Yeah, I'm sorry for making them feel uncomfortable, but I think it's interesting to talk about still. It doesn't really have a solution? No, it doesn't have a solution. Conceding cultural space to fascism? Well, you're gonna say like generic, I like MAGA hat is fascism, then I mean we're buggered, aren't we? Being able to support the sitting president is fascism. I mean, where are we? What are we gonna do now, right? It's very hard to not see cultural space to them when I like the swastika is pretty bad. Yeah, and it's also the right has a very, very advanced system of dog whistles and non-dog whistles, and you kind of know what I'm saying, right? Kind of things, and that really helps their ability to signal. And they developed that because they're not able to talk in public, and that is really bad for the left. Like really, really bad. That's one of the probably the leading reasons why Trump won. The fact that they had to develop this advanced system of dog whistles in order to be able to talk about the things they want to talk about. Can't believe. What are they doing? Why are you in? Death to the IDF is not even close to bad at KKK chants. I guarantee you that the death to the IDF chant will cause more people to shift towards wanting a non-peaceful resolution to the Israel-Gaza conflict than the KKK chants will. Obviously, it's a very one-issue thing, but I think in terms of that will get more center people over to the right than the KKK chants will get people over to the left. Because the KKK one, people will just say, oh, of course we know the KKK exists, they're assholes, right? Of course my version of right-wing politics isn't anything to do with that, so it's fine. Why is my entire team forward and their entire team backwards? The other ones, black people die. I don't think. I think as I said, the right has a much easier time disowning these people. They disown them publicly and then invite them to dinner. Yep, 100%, and it works for them. It works really well for them. Have you not noticed? Never saying it's good, just saying it works. Well, I can only pack him 3 times. That's the amount of packs I have. Unfortunately, that is where we are. Block Tracer. Oh my god, I don't know what's going on. Okay. Let me turn this up a bit. It's a bit quiet. I think I missed a couple of messages back there. Sorry, guys. It's the downside of politics and Overwatch. Use some healing. Ah, I think I did pretty well then. Mainstream media whitewashes Israel actions. Oh yeah. I think you misconstrue though. I don't think the youth generally have any interaction with mainstream media. When you say mainstream media, the problem isn't mainstream media. The problem's TikTok. Shielded. Well, here's my Genji just standing in front of the window. You okay? You okay, dude? Oh, I got the whip shot perk. Yeah, the whip shot perk. Ooh. Thank you, B. That's like genuinely. If anyone doesn't know, I have packs bound to scroll wheel. I know they instant spend, but it feels a lot better having scroll wheel bound to me. If you hold the button, you actually can mouse over and it'll pack them instantly. But scroll wheel just feels a lot better. And also, you always get the max speed for spam if you want to put 3 packs out. I think scroll wheel is just significantly better. Shit, missed it. That's fuck. He's dead. Maybe he's not dead. Goodbye. Well, what a problem. This. No, I'm not gonna risk a random headshot. I'm going healing despite the fact that I probably just need to. Use that for Bastion? Could have 0 recall? No way. No way to work. Ooh, my love. Easy luck. Pre-select perks? Oh, pre-select perks is such a no-brainer, man. It's an absolute no-brainer. Whiplash build. Whiplash is good in certain situations where you need to hold angles a lot more solidly. But honestly, the repair is just so ridiculously good. Yeah, the dopamine. Yeah, it's not about the whether it's good or not. It's about the dopamine. True. So Bob has to title this stream Realth Talks Politics. I do indeed. So, we never actually got to the bottom here. What is Awkward's view of Israel? Because I think there's plenty of people that would say I have the same view, right? Devs are probably very scattered on focus with all the different modes / formats. Well, yeah, that was kind of like by their own hand, right? Somebody can be Pugs and political. Maybe. Try whiplash once. Every single time there's this bold dude screaming his lungs out and I get stressed. I can't try. Always thought he's anti-Zionist? Well, the only... I've heard it before, but I feel like I've heard it from Tiefling before, so I don't know what the context is. So. Obviously, I'm open to calling him an arsehole, but I'd rather do it about something that's he confesses to. Oh, come on, why are we all backing off? Yeah, the pack's on the Genji. Can you not bash up there? I swear you can.
Over there.
Ah, got him. Got him. I got my Inspire. Everything's fine. My Inspire. Meow. 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 Got my Inspire, everything's fine. Look, they're just gonna try and dynamite. They're greedy. Look how greedy this guy is. Pack the engine, pack the engine. That's so worth it. Like every single time they hit a shot, they're like dynamite instantly. He hasn't said anything super supportive from what I see. I overextended. He had debates with chat for a few days arguing why men are inherently better at video games. It's an interesting one, like men versus women. Like, I think we agree there's like some difference in the formation of the brain, specifically in like early childhood. I think like men have a lot more spatial reasoning skills on average, right? I definitely, from my quality experience, I think in terms of like physics, women have struggled a lot more in my experience with mechanics, right? Mechanics and like stuff where you'd have to visualize something, turning something, right? Something like that. I mean, the question is what you value there. As with everything, the simple fact is anything like that is not significant enough to care about. Installed in the balls. Yeah, there you go. That's it. That is a truly base take. Piss off, Crimson. Oh, why are you dying? What are you dying to? Got him. Why am I pack here? I just threw a pack at her and it disappeared. That was a massive prop there. Ah, good try. Good dash out. That's the exact same. They're already so far in that they just die to that. That whip shot miss. Just went under his armpit. We're not average or worse at video games because we're not average but not socialized to play video games as a joke. Yeah, 100%. Obviously. The only substantial difference between men and women is socialization. I don't think that's necessarily true. I think it's a very good political messaging to say that. I don't think it's necessarily true. I think there's definite non-socialization factors on what women's brains and men's brains do differently. Obviously, practically, the answer is, what should we do with that information? Well, fuck all. We shouldn't do anything with that information, right? Because the vast majority of that is nurture. And even then, it just doesn't matter. These spaces aren't exactly going to encourage women to want to get better? Yeah, 100%, yeah. think it isn't to the degree where it tends to have a skill set in building it. I chalk it up to men just growing up in spaces where they're more likely to interact with this kind of media. Yeah, 100%. I haven't seen any scientific sources that support that to a substantial degree. I think there's quite a lot of early children's research in reasoning skills for different skill sets. I think it is different by about 20%, but like that even like the brain is a malleable thing. Like it just evens out depending on what the person wants to do, right? And I think that there probably is a reason why the vast majority of I think there's a the Lego versus something else kind of like toy set thing, right? I think Lego tends towards men because men's specific type of autism tends to, like, we agree that autism affects men and women differently, so obviously men and women's brains are different in some degree, right? Or at least they present differently. And then you can say, like, is it a nature versus nurture, how it presents, because obviously people are masking kind of thing. I think in young children, yeah, there's definitely differences in what they tend towards that can't be just put down to socialization. Larger differences, how they develop around it. Oh, of course, yeah. Why does you slur and cuss people out? I just enjoy it. If 13 to 15-year-old players are going pro in this game with undeveloped aims with any gender matter, yeah, I don't know why I'm still manning a stupid position, honestly, at this point. Awkward clearly didn't mean what I mean, right? Regardless of whether I'm right or wrong about that, awkward didn't mean it. And to be clear, even if I was right about that, and that there are significant young differences in male versus female brains, the answer is, so? Like, what does it matter? There's so many things in life pushing you towards different places. You drag people into voice calls? Man, why? You become the fence? I become the fence. I think one thing I see coming up quite a lot in right circles, because I've been by listening to Asmongold as much as I can in order to get like a general view of the ground of what the generic right-wing point is. University places, I think they are right about this. Like, women are like 60% of university students at this point, and that's increasing. I remember doing physics and it was 50-50 when I did it like 10 years ago, and the push for women in these spaces hasn't stopped or become more nuanced, if you get what I mean, right? It's not very nuanced as to what we want women in. I feel like the generic understanding is people just want women in more things, or women to have access to more things, and that materializes as pushing women towards more of the interesting things. Asmon bold indeed. But I think they are right. I think the education of women and the, like, men don't read books like to any degree as much as women. You go for surveys with that. Obviously that's socialization. I'm not saying that's anything you should do about that, but that's like concerning, like really concerning in my mind. Reading books as your brain developing is like massive for you. You need to actively consume media, not passively. All women do is read and eat hot chip. Hot chip. When I went in university, I think women were like 65% of biology students. Computer science are actually 50 men and 50 women. Yeah, and you think the push is still happening now, right? So what, like, there's going to be, what, like a 7 or 8 year delay on when these pushes actually materialize, right, Hema? Like 7 or 8 years, computer science is just going to be like 70% women. Do we think that's good? Or do we think like we remove the boundaries? Like, obviously we haven't removed the boundaries to industry at this point. People are still going to struggle to get into certain industries, and there's pockets of it still. I think most of that has been kicked out. In my computer science class in uni, I was like 95% men, 5% women. Yeah, that's how much it changed. It's massive. Like, all of the pushes have been massively successful to a ludicrous degree. And I think the question like most people have is like, when do we stop pushing, right? It's pretty obvious that at some point we're going to have to. And it's so easy to build a narrative around, well, they've already overstepped and they're asking for more. Like, that's such an easy narrative. 100% isn't enough. We need more. Yep. It's just a very easy narrative. It was very interesting for me to find that narrative and then like look it up and actually like think about my university and then realize that it's correct. I remember when I was doing physics when I was doing physics at uni, and basically there were loads of things like we'll just send you to CERN for free. Like, we'll just pay for you to go to CERN if you're women in physics. And I'm like, aren't like 50% of physicists in my year women? Like what are we doing? What are we doing, guys? Because the boundaries to getting into education in physics were already removed for women. What the fuck? Do you guys see this? What the hell just happened? Do you see that? Is that just Boop with thrusters? What was that? Large portion of women involved in biomed SOC now is, yeah. Yeah. Agreed. % of women because those incentives giving women resources. I don't think that's necessarily true. I think removing the cultural mechanisms is what matters personally to me. I think we're talking about like why women don't play games. I don't think like I don't think you really make that much of a dent by just giving women free stuff to get into games, right? Like, or something like that. Obviously, like giving them spaces to exist in is perfect. But like, is education really a space where women can't exist in any way, like anywhere anymore? Like, no, I think women generally thrive in education. So it's interesting to see. You can't just remove the cultural restrictions without addressing the material restrictions. Oh yeah, no, 100%, I agree. But the answer is like we're at 50%, right? I need to kid about more, etc., but like genuinely, like men are falling behind massively. It seems to be like from every educational standpoint, men are falling behind, and the question is like, what are we gonna do? Are we start doing cultural? We're gonna start doing action in the other way? I don't think that's ever gonna sell. Certainly, I don't see any person that would ever be interested in that. Is it because men are losing interest in education? I think it's both. I think it's pretty obviously both. I think if there's resources going towards somebody that's not you, not your skin color, not your sex, I think that's disenfranchising. And I've said before, like, I don't think it's a untenable ask. I don't think like wanting to do physics because you want to do physics. But oh no, I can't do that because everything is women's courses, etc. is an untenable ask. You want to do physics, you want to do physics. But I think the vast majority of people are on the fence there. People don't know what they want to do, and just telling people in a slight implication that they should do something is just going to completely change it. I think you underestimate how malleable young children are, based on the things that are happening around them. Boot plus thrusters make game engines silly. Yeah, it did seem like it was shitting yourself, didn't it? Roadman culture plus TikTok? Of course, Roadman culture plus TikTok. Yeah, no. You can blame a majority of that on that. But I do think, what's the answer to Roadman culture plus TikTok, right? Is it just that, or is it the fact that women have reasonable course in life and are told basically like the standard you can do anything, which is something we want to be telling women, but I don't think men get told that very often anymore. And of course, vast majority of that is because the vast majority of people in education are female, right? Female educators bring people into subjects. I can remember my my secondary school physics teacher being massively more interested in getting women into it than getting me into it. I mean, I was the best person in the class. Like, I was really good at it. And it was kind of like, oh, well, you're good at it. You don't really need the resources. So all the resources went towards other people in the class. Which is fine. I'm not going to say that's done anything to me. I still did physics, but it definitely didn't seem a welcoming environment to me with her. Even though she was a really good teacher, like she just was interested in women in science, right? And I think the vast majority of women that have gone into science went into science what, like 20 years ago, and then now they're putting on their experience of getting into science onto the current generation. Education in the UK free? Yeah. So essentially, there's a caste system in the UK to do with the amount of money you have. So yes, education's free. State education is better than American state education, but it's not perfect, and you can get a lot from spending money, is the answer. Anti-intellectualism is a big part of you, the party that's comprised of a male majority. How do you think they get that? That's the answer we have to get to. That's the question you have to solve if you actually care about anything. You can't just say, well, they're all arseholes. Like, they are all arseholes. Yeah, why are they all arseholes? That's the answer. You should probably play this game. These people aren't playing the video game. Maybe I should go flanking code.
I'll find my own
I don't think they get there from women getting resources. I do. At least a part of it. I just missed the easiest shots of my life. Oh my god, they're all healing for it. Walk forward, idiots. And he still gets a kill. Like, what the fuck? How does that not count as touching? Oh well. To what extent social media has shifted people's interest in education? When you live in an era where thousands of people post stories of success when they drop out and have to get lucky, won't frame it like that? Oh yeah. Conservative won't stop being anti-intellectual because women get to stop getting resources. I don't think you should think of it like that. You're thinking it backwards. I'm not talking about people that are conservatives. I'm talking about people that are children. I'm talking about children, not conservatives. I'm gonna head off in a sec. I'm tired now. Don't be thinking about children? No, but the thing is, like, people in public schooling in the UK generally have to have a degree in their subject in order to be able to get into public schooling, which means that if the massive amount of the people who are currently in education in the UK are women with degrees that got there when the 20 years ago when the situation was a lot harder and there were a lot less women, I don't think they see the difference that has happened, and I think they're still pushing as hard as they would want it to have been pushed when they were young. At least that's what I've seen in my education. All of this could be, it is pretty much anecdotal, apart from the results of it, which I think are the amount of women in university. There's a load of extra things in there, but I think this is a very convincing narrative. Every dude is hyped up on how easy it is for them, and they believe it, but many struggles to put in effort because it should have been easy for them. Yes, and that's also toxic, isn't it? It's also toxic to think that everything is going to be easy for you, as much as it is to think that everything's going to be really hard for you, and so you need to try really hard. And here's all the resources, right? I don't think either of them are healthy. I think the neutral stance should be, well, pretty much anything in education is open to you. I mean, there's not many boys' clubs in education in general. There's more like women's areas, like nursing and stuff like that. There's not really many places dominated by males in general. So the answer is, do you want to go into any period of education you want? go for it. There's no boundaries. There are boys clubs in education. Where are the boys clubs in education? Let's not think about like fucking Oxford rowing clubs and stuff like that. Let's talk about the subjects, right? The burned out gifted child? Yeah, 100%. I hate women. Give me all the men. Men mean men. Excellent. Why, that's so cool. Gifted children. If there's no sub alert. Excellent. That's a good one. I like that. Women are still like 1/3 of STEM majors. Is that true? STEM majors by gender. Computer science. Here you go. This is AI, so who the fuck knows? But that says computer science is 15 to 16. That's not by my experience. I've seen computer science classrooms like 6 or 7 years ago. Is this just lagging behind by 4 years for people to do their degrees, or like 3 years for the people to do their degrees? I feel like qualitatively, in my country at the very least, that's significantly higher. I feel like it was about 30%. I feel like there is a low enough level or a high enough level where nothing really matters. Apparently Google and Grok are 48% accurate. Well, we're not using this as evidence. We're using this as something interesting to talk about. Engineering, large percentage of female graduates. Low percentage, sorry, not large, can't read. 21% of bachelors being awarded to women. Let's try UK. Any difference? STEM higher education is 35, number drops to 26. I guess the question is, like, what percentage of your gender in a subject doesn't put you off the subject? Oh, thank you, Tiefling. You got a source. That looks like the source that the AI was using, right? Oh, no. Yeah, that's the source this AI is trying to use. Well, pretending to use, whatever that means. Female non-binary students. Royal and STEM courses. Mathematics. Science. Computer sciences. Yeah, I guess the question you really need to ask is, yeah, what portion of females in the subject breaks up a boys' club, and at what point would you need to stop pushing for this? Because this is obviously like the most effective ones. I'm pretty sure, like, if we're talking about this, these are the four kind of like areas where women are the least represented, right? I think we can kind of agree with that. That's why we're talking about it. In terms of like, I feel like 25% is probably a good level where above that you don't feel uncomfortable to be there. 1 in 4 is a reasonable level. 1 in 5, I think 1 in 5 you feel uncomfortable. But I think 1 in 4 is not that bad, personally, to me. Engineering technology is low. Maths surprises me, actually. What is maths for England? 63%? From looking around, I've been to math lectures. I swear that was about 50-50. Math was like dominated by women in mine. Maybe it's specific. Maybe I'm talking absolute crap, and it was just in my uni. 30% with resources being given to women doesn't scream to me that women should stop receiving resources. Yeah, of course, it doesn't scream to you that women should stop receiving resources. I think the question is like how those resources. I don't really like mind about the resource in general. I mind about the general like cultural sentiment towards women going into education versus men going into education. Computer sciences 23, engineering 21. Increase the number of female non-binary students overall. Percentage increase has seen little change. 21 to 23. It would take it's always interesting here, these kind of like things. At this rate of change, it would take more than 70 years to reach parity in this subject area. I feel like every single talk about parity just turns off anyone that is not interested in this discussion. You can't shift cultural expectations without materially enabling it. It's an interesting one. It's like, the question is, what do we want people to be able to do, I guess is the question. We want to, I assume you'll agree with this, Tiefling. Like, the goal is to dismantle all structural and cultural blockages that would stop anyone getting into something based on either gender, race, or anything else like that. Do you agree with that? Like, that's the goal. And if we do that goal, and everyone's doing more or less what they want to do, then everything's fine regardless of the amount at the end. So, like, I understand why they're doing the parity calculation, but it's a bit of a weird one to me personally. If we want to get to this goal, it seems like women... It's a hard one. I mean, we're looking at the least represented things, and the least represented things are like 21% for engineering. I'm like, 30% seems reasonable as a goal, especially with what I know about women from my upbringing, and also from what I've seen from young studies, that engineering is one of those things, mechanics in general, spatial reasoning. I think women in general struggle with that more than men on average. And I don't think that's necessarily just the exposure to it. I think that's one of those things where like men struggle a lot more with emotional reasoning and social reasoning. And then women struggle with like 3D spatial reasoning. And I guess the question is, like, if we just let the small influence of nature exist on its own, that small influence of nature, right, that very small influence of you are a young person and like a child and you select Lego over something else, the way that compounds over your years and the ways that people around you will try and push you into things that you're interested in and try and just basically always say yes to you. What could that do in terms of numbers when we get to the level up here, right? When we get to like higher education, what could that do in numbers? If it is true that men want to play with Lego over women, and I was just using this as one example because I have no other examples because I haven't thought about this too much. If they use that as the one example, and they want to play with it like 10% more, and there's no, like, we've removed everything else, like, what would it end up at? I think it's a really hard question. If you select Mega Blocks over Lego, there's something wrong with you. And I don't think that's high enough. I think 30% is reasonable though for the hard stamps. I think 30% is reasonable. I don't think pushing over 30% to 50 is really good, right? Oh, Rombot, we had a political discussion this entire stream, so if you want to listen to politics while having Overwatch in the background, this is a good one to listen to. If we remove all barriers within reason, then what would the numbers be? Yeah, and like, you also need to remember that you also naturally need to remember that women are already the vast majority of teachers, and it's very simple. In group bias, this is like everywhere. Like, people always favor their own gender. That's just a thing. You can't really stop that on average. It's like, it is a 60-40 kind of thing in terms of the favoring. So the question is, if we say that, like, maybe occasionally, no, this is I think this is pretty established science that people tend to favor their own gender on average. I think that's pretty established science. And obviously, you're welcome to tell me I'm wrong about any of this. I am just speculating out of the ether on what I think is established. Exactly what I said, like, I'm pretty sure that it's pretty established that Hamas is using hospitals to store weapons, right? I think that's pretty established. But if you're, like, obviously that's a prove me wrong situation. You can't prove me wrong necessarily, but yeah. Oh, weekly thing too, maybe occasionally. Okay, sorry. Yeah, no, you're right. Female non-binary is 25%. See, I don't think that's that bad. I think 25% to 30% is about reasonable. There's science to back this up, but I can say pretty confidently that most teachers are women because historically it was the only intellectual role women were allowed. Oh, yeah, no, 100%, yeah. 100%. No doubt whatsoever. But is that having a negative effect on the amount of men that seek higher education? Should we be promoting more men into teaching and childcare? Yeah, I think that's reasonable. I don't see many things promoting men into teaching and childcare. Realistically, I think there's a couple of grants for men for teaching, but not for childcare. I don't think that's I think honestly, in terms of childcare, I think the simple answer is people are pretty skeptical of men that go into childcare still, and that's a cultural thing we have to take apart. Physical science. What is physical science meant to be? There's like 9% of primary school teachers are female. Did you mean male? I think you meant male. The push to increase paternal relief for men? Yeah, I think that's excellent. Yeah, I think that's excellent. Which isn't directly related to... Yeah, no, 100%, yeah. Yeah, people do view it as sus for men to be in a teaching role. Especially with pubescent, like, young girls, right? That age, 13, 14, it's kind of weird. Or like, yeah, like, I think that men feel uncomfortable going into it because of the implications that there could be anything in the future, right? That could affect them. The workforce is going up massively, though. Like, you look at the degrees versus the workforce. 2016 to 2023 is a 5% rise. That's massive. Wow. So that's a 5% rise in 5 years, 6 years. 6 or 7 years. So realistically, it's going to be like 32% by 2020, right? You have to factor in your own gender bias based on that 60-40. Yeah. It's difficult. I think there's a lot of... and this is why the conversation is so difficult, because... I don't think there's much advocacy for men and voice. That's a cultural view that gets improved by materially enabling men to have larger childcare roles. Yeah, 100%. Again, I'm not disagreeing with the things that you should be doing based off this in any way. Engineering professionals gone up, be another 5%-ish, 4%, 5%. Science professionals, IT professionals, IT technicians. Even if you remove all barriers and give incentives to even numbers out, I think there's still going to be considerable bias simply because women grow up under teachers being women. So it's more likely they'll see it as a viable / admirable path. Yeah, it's a really interesting one there. Personally for me, I had one male maths teacher. Every other teacher that I had during A-level was female. That evened out once I got to university. But I think definitely in schools, I don't know if that's... I don't know the actual representation. What is a women in biology? I thought it was like 60. 63. More male teachers there are, the more men see teachers as a viable role for themselves. Yep, 100%. I think that there's a very real situation in which there are more female teachers and there is more incentives for women to get into certain things over men. Therefore, men may see education in general as less valuable. I think that's a pretty straight argument for the most part. And obviously, we're massively undercomplicating this, right? You talk about TikTok till the cows come home. You can talk about road band college till the cows come home. But yeah, 40% of my teachers in a reddish town were men. Interesting. Cool. Chemistry. What is chemistry? I'm just searching for the UK because I don't know anything about America. 56. Wow. What about medical science? Wow. 60% medical science. Jesus. And do you know what's such an easy slam dunk argument for turn off AI results? I'm not going to turn off AI results because I think that AI is good at ballparking a number. You guys can search it up and tell me if I'm wrong. And I'll retract whatever I say. I don't think there's really that much weight on it. Slop pilled? Yeah, slop pilled. Well, this signifies. I think this right there is the line that we lose. This is where we lose. While this signifies progress, gender imbalances persist in specific specialties, with some surgical fields showing lower female representation. I think you lose there. I think that's an own goal, right? More? What's going to happen to biology, medical sciences in like 5 years, right? What do you mean? I mean it's disenfranchising. Like, it's very easy for right-wing pundits to point to this and say that it will never be over, right? They want everything. They want women and everything. They're never going to stop. They don't care about men, etc. Something, Andrew Tate. Something, come with me. Come with me. It's hard to, I don't know, it's hard to describe culture things like that. They're going to spin literally anything to say that. You can always say that. You can always say that. Yeah, you can always say that. No matter what you do, that will be their message. Yes. But these kind of obvious things are... You say that will be their message. I think that there are still teachers pushing women into biology and medicine, though. More aggressively than they push men into biology and medicine. Like, you say that would be their message. I think that is what is actually happening as well, right? And there is not enough progress. Push harder is always going to be true. I think that's always going to be true. We could go up 5% in every single area of education, right? 5% in general. And I think I don't think that push is going to stop. Left-leaning grifters aren't talked about enough. It's a hard one. Conservative will try and push back on women's education until women are largely uneducated. Sure, I think that's a little bit of an American point of view. From the UK has a lot more of a class struggle than anything else, right? I don't think the UK is very gender or race based. I think it's very class based. I think how do we get from the gender imbalance? Yeah, you missed the Israel debate, Megamon. It actually went relatively well. I don't think I'm on Overwatch TMZ yet. I'm gonna go to bed anyway. I think this is an interesting. conversation, and make a post right now. Go for it. Yeah. This fucking streamer, Zionist. I'd love Tiefling for you to look up and show me what Awkward's views are on the Israel-Palestine conflict, right? Bomb children and ban women from colleges. Ideally, bomb women in colleges. Women, children in colleges, yeah. You got to target them where it hurts. Okay, well this is too late. Fuck it, there's 18 people. Hi everyone. Hope you're doing well. Ban bombs and college children. Good way to end the stream? Yeah, I think it's you know what? I'm just shooting the shit because I'm tired. Anyway, I'll censor myself more in future. That was a great stream. Well, thank you for listening to me mumble. End stream rage baiting. Kill 'em all. Kill 'em all. Appreciate the discussion we had here. Yeah. I appreciate Zenzo for keeping his power level in check there. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna head. Have a nice evening. I'm gonna go to bed. Good night, guys. Don't stay up too late, okay? Don't stay up too late. Good night. Bye. Bye, Heyman. Bye, Rogue. Bye, Bob. Bye, Zenzo. Bye, Deacon. Bye, Tiefling. Good night, Brombot. Bye.